Hey everyone, it's Jim. Happy Friday night to you. It's been a busy day for me, but a really good day, and I'll tell you all about it here in just a moment. But the first thing I wanted to do was just update you on the sprints. I did one sprint today, and in order to finish it, I ended up breaking my math a little bit. So instead of doing a 30-minute sprint, I wrote for 30 minutes. The timer went off. I turned off the timer, but I kept going because I was in the middle of a really good scene, and I just wanted to get it all down on paper. So I didn't reset the timer. I just kept writing until it was done, and that sprint ended up being 45 minutes long. Got in not just short of 2,000 words, 1941 for the day. Brought me to 86,000 and change, and then I went back through the Scrivener file and did a little updating and worked my way through each of the chapters. So here we are with the sprints after 45 days, or after 25 days. We're up to 86,000 and change, 30.75 hours of total writing time. And I am very happy to say that, as far as I can tell, for the purposes of the draft, if you look at book one, if you look at all the chapters that I've written, I've done the renumbering, so I'm up to chapter 40, then I skip a little bit and then go from 45 to 60. And I've got 4 chapters that I haven't allocated yet for whatever reason, after going through the outline a couple times over the last couple of days and sorting things out, adding the timeline in here, adding the descriptions, shifting chapters around, rejiggering things, getting a stronger sense of the flow of the book from beginning to end, just working straight through it, and then going through each of these chapters and cleaning up the typos, cleaning up the obvious screw-ups. What I have done is pretty much, as you can see on all these cards, it says draft complete. I am going to call this book, this draft, this first initial cut at the book, done. So that, for my sake, is a huge accomplishment. In 25 days, I've written a 84,000 word novel. Now, this is certainly not ready for prime time by any stretch of the imagination. It needs a little bit of work. And like I said, even though these 4 chapters here on the bottom are just an estimate, I think I can use them, especially if you look at the outline here. So the book starts on a Wednesday, and that first Wednesday is really tight. Thursday's pretty tight, and then that Friday and Saturday get a little muddy in terms of just missing some content, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then on to the book ends on a Wednesday as well. So there's a little bit of wiggle room in the middle of that 7-day period that I'm going to discover how to fix as I start editing. And I'll probably start editing tomorrow, actually. And first thing I'll do is do a full read through of the entire book from beginning to end. And I should be able to fit that in tomorrow. There's a writing seminar I'm going to go to here near town for a couple hours and have some other things to do. But I think tomorrow will be a reading day. And then Sunday, maybe Monday, I'll start the edit in earnest. Now, in the meantime, because I'll just be editing this book, I'm still going to be writing, and what I'm actually going to do is dust off my Pistols and Pyramids series, because I actually have the outline for book 4 ready to go. I just haven't started writing it yet. So what I'll do is I'll dust that off and double check it, and then I'll start writing a couple sprints on that, probably 1 or 2 sprints a day. Nothing too strenuous, because I want to make sure I have plenty of time to edit this book. But since it's the 25th, I've got 6 days to edit. That's a good chunk of time. And the other big piece of news is that today was also my last day of work at my current employer. While over the last 25 days, actually longer than that, probably the last 6 months, I've been passively looking for a new job closer to home, and I've been going on interviews and doing the whole job search thing, which could almost be a full-time job in and of itself. And a couple of weeks ago, I accepted an offer for a new job, and so today was my first day. Today was my last day at my current employer. I'll get a week off, and then I'll start my new job on April 4th, that following Monday. So next week I have my entire week clear. This is an unexpected bonus. I'm going to pretend I am a full-time writer next week, and I'm going to be doing an awful lot of writing on Pistols and Pyramids and outlining book 2 of this series and also editing this book. And in addition to that, I've also got some other things planned, mostly working on the InDesign print layout for this series, and also doing some work, some graphics work in GIMP, I think, or Photoshop, to create some fancy chapter headers that I'm going to experiment with using in the ebook version of this book. So lots of things to do next week, but I'm going to pretend I'm a full-time writer, see how it goes. And yeah, so super busy day, but 2 huge accomplishments today. Ended a 6-year employment with a company, and looking forward to a week off. And also, just as important for my future as a writer, is I'm calling this draft complete and ready to go into editing and revision, where the revision, I'll cut all the bad words, I'll add in good words, and that 86,000 word count will probably creep up closer to my target of 90, because I know that a lot of the subplots are in place already, but I want to be able to bring them out a little bit more and make them a little bit more detailed. Some of these huge stretches of chapters with just the main character, I'll break up a little bit by adding in some supporting characters, and I'll just bring it all together into a cohesive whole. I'd say it's probably 80 to 85% there now as it stands, but I definitely want to take some time with it and bring it up a few percentage points before I send it off to be edited. So that is my report for the day. I hope you had a wonderful Friday and a wonderful week, and I hope you have lots of good plans for your weekend. I'm certainly going to be busy and looking forward to moving forward here. So thanks so much for listening. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Otherwise, have a lovely evening and a lovely weekend, and happy writing.